Hi everyone, we are going to learn how to set up scale dimensions in AutoCAD. So I'm going to use the same drawing and I'm going to include some dimensions here and I'm going to set up this one for our layout. So in my case, I have these templates with ISO 25. Okay, I'm going to use that one to set up my dimensions on layout one. All right, so I've selected one before, and I'm going to include some dimensions in this drawing. I'm going to include one dimension between of those lines, so 16 here. I'm going to include another dimension between of this line on the right side. Good. I'm going to include another dimension in this drawing and another one on this rectangle, number 4. All right, I have some dimensions here, and let's set up this one according to our scale that you did in our layout. All right, I have this one. So this is that viewport I have created on another video, and I've already set up this one as my scale 1 to number 2. If you don't know how to set up this viewport scale, please just come back to the other video and check how to set up the scale for your viewport. So this viewport 1 to number 2, and this second one 1 to number 4. And I just wrote down here the scale for each viewport to help you to understand the scales. Okay, all right. What I have to do here, I have that dimension that I include in my model, and I would like to change the scale of these dimensions exactly the same for my viewport scale. How can I do this one? So in my ribbon tab on Annotate, I have this area here that I call dimensions. And I have there ISO 25. This is the dimension that I use, this is the style. And I go to Manage Dimension Styles. Just click there. And I would like to see what do I have there before I make a copy of this one. To check that one, just select the ISO 25 first, and then click Modify. After you click that, you are able to check it up all the configurations about this style. This is the original one. This is about scale 1 to 1. If you select this Fit tab, you are able to see the overall scale for this dimension. That's why they use the number 1 for that one. And the other thing you have to check is the primary units. So just click down that tab, and you have here decimal separator. And let's change this one for period. We're gonna use dot to change the separator for our dimension. Just click OK and close. So now our dimension of ISO 25 is already set up for scale 1 to 1. Let's make change. Let's create a new one that we're gonna set up for those viewports. So let's expand again the ISO 25. Go to Manage Dimension Styles. And let's create a new one. Before you click on the button New, you have to select which dimension you are using for your drawing. So if I'm using ISO 25, I'm going to select that one, and then I'm going to create new one. And I'll give a new name. In my case, I have two types of scale. Scale 1 to number 2. I'm going to write here scale. Let me change the name. Scale 1 to number 2. Continue. And I just need to make one modification, just change the overall scale. As I know this is my scale 1 to number 2, I'm gonna change the number on the overall scale to number 2. All right, and just click OK. And I'm gonna do the same for my next viewports. Click New and just type your new name. In my case, I'm gonna type scale 1 to number 4. Continue. And I'm gonna change that number 1 to number 4 because I'm gonna create the scale 1 to 4. That's why I have changed the overall scale to number 4. Click OK, and they already create 2 for you. Scale 1 to 2 and scale 1 to number 4. Close that one, and let's make change in your viewports. So double click inside the viewports, select your dimensions, and go to your dimensions on the top and select your scale 1 to number 2 that you create. Just click there and double click outside to make sure they already increase, they already set up that scale according to your scale on your viewports. All right, let's do the same on the scale 1 to 4. Double click inside, select your dimensions. I have 2 dimensions there, and I'm gonna select 1 to 4. If it's not there, just scroll down and your scale 1 to 4 is already there. Just click there and double click. So this is a little bit bigger, but the scale is correct. So I'm gonna open this viewport. Just make sure I'm able to see the dimension. I'm gonna lock this viewport just in case. Double click out, and my drawings, my dimensions is already set up. Thank you so much.